This week on Chuckload of Comics, Jared Leto is going to be a vampire. DC Comics comes to a Walmart near you, and we got our first reviews and reactions for Antman and the Wasp.
Yes.
Coming to you live from the Ambassador Hotel here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, this is Chuckload of Comics. Hello and welcome to Chuckload of Comics, broadcasting live from the Ambassador Hotel here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Beautiful Milwaukee.
Oh, it's great here, man. The home of cheese, the home of Schlitz beer, and the blue ribbon of beers, Pabst.
That's right.
PBR.
That's right.
Just because you're on vacation doesn't mean you can't shoot a show, because the news waits for no man.
That's true.
We got a lot of stuff we're going to get into. Look at that sidebar over there. We brought the sidebar with us to Milwaukee. Why not?
Hey, Sidebar, are you having a good time?
It's like our child,
Good.
this sidebar. Take them everywhere we go. Lots of great news. DC Comics is coming to Walmart. We're going to get into that. We got our first reactions we're going to read for Antman and the Wasp. Jared Leto is going to be in the Marvel Universe now. It was the Sony Marvel Universe as MORBIUS the Living Vampire. And you have an opportunity to be part of the testing group for the new DC streaming service that launches just in about 2 months. We're going to get into all of that stuff, but before we do, time for a little bit of a subscriber shout-out.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for subscribing to the show, guys. We come here every single Sunday. We talk about comics. We talk about movies. All the great stuff that we all know and love. Today's subscriber shout-out goes to
Pug Tim or Pug T-E-M?
Pug Tim. TEM was our 100th like and 470th subscriber to Chuckload of Comics. Thanks a lot, man. We couldn't be more appreciative of your comments and your viewing and your subscribership. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, please click that subscribe button. Join us here every Sunday for all the nerdy stuff that we do. Getting right into it, right off the top. DC Comics. This just dropped this week. Time Warner, which was recently, just last week, purchased by AT&T, they struck a deal with Walmart stores. Everybody knows who Walmart is, the massive conglomerate superstore, Walmart. They're going to do mass market distribution of DC Comics in Walmart stores.
Crazy.
Now, I know what you're thinking. This is not just, crappy comic books. What they're doing, they're in 3,000 Walmart stores around the country. DC is going to make Walmart exclusive books.
So interesting.
100-page comic books.
Yeah.
Written by some of the best people currently working at
Right.
DC. Brian Michael Bendis, Tom King.
Crazy.
They're going to do 4 books. They're rolling out with these 4 100-page super books. They're going to do a Superman, a Batman, Teen Titans, and a Justice League.
That's insane.
And this is all going to be kicking off really, really soon.
And like you said, they're Walmart exclusives, so it's not the same books that you would be able to pick up at your local comic book shop, which is also interesting.
Which is a point of debate.
Yeah.
Because most towns have a Walmart unless you live in a big city. If you live in New York, Manhattan,
Like us.
Chicago, maybe Philadelphia, they don't have Walmart.
Yeah.
So you can't get your hands on these Walmart exclusive books.
I know.
A breakdown of what some of the books that you'll be looking forward to in the coming weeks. The Superman book is going to be kicking off with a 2-part story. And then that's going to be followed by a 12-part story arc written by Tom King.
Oh my gosh.
Tom King's Superman book is coming to a Walmart near you. These books, they are going to be new stories. They're not going to be, repeats. Well, actually, I take that back. They're 100-page books, so the first chunk of the book is going to be an all-new, fresh story written by, Tom King, for example. And then after that, at the end of the book, they're going to be doing reprints of classic Superman books. So you get a lot of content in your $3.99 book at Walmart.
That's
so the
crazy.
Superman one's going to roll out. The other one that's going to roll out is the Justice League. Initially, they're going to do a spotlight on Wonder Woman in this Justice League book.
Cool.
When the final story arc rolls out, it's going to be written by Tim Seeley.
Oh my gosh.
So you get a Tim Seeley Justice League book that's going to be coming to a Walmart. The Batman book, same way. They're going to start with just a 2-parter just to kind of do a soft rollout. But then after that, Brian Michael Bendis.
Oh my
and
goodness.
a 12-issue story arc, a Batman Brian Michael Bendis book coming to a Walmart store near you.
Crap.
And finally, the Teen Titans book. Teen Titans book is going to be a 6-part story arc written by Dan Jurgens. And so look forward to that. So you got a Superman, you got a Justice League, you got a Batman, and you got a Teen Titans. Shauna,
crazy.
I want to talk just a little bit about what we talked about earlier. If you don't have a Walmart store, I don't know if this is such a great thing. This isn't as exciting as when GameStop said they were going to start selling comic books because
Right.
they were going to sell the same comic books that you could find in
Right.
your local comic book shop. This is a Walmart exclusive.
I get that they're trying to reach out to a broader audience. I get that completely. Like, you've got a lot of kids interested in Wonder Woman now, and Justice League, and Batman, and they're trying to reignite that excitement for comics and kids. And where do kids' parents shop? They shop at Walmart.
They do.
So I get that. But it's really limiting people like us to these cool stories that I want to read. The Tom King Superman. Come
So
on,
do I.
that
The Brian
sounds
Michael Bendis
awesome.
Batman.
But we're going to have no way of finding this. It's going to be either bought up by people looking to resell these on eBay or something. So we're going to pay like hundreds of dollars if we just want to read the story. So that kind of sucks.
Exactly. And it takes away, from local comic book shops. Like, people are going to want to read the Tom King. They're not going to go into their local comic shop to pick it up. They're going to have to go to a Walmart store.
Yeah.
Instead of dumping their money into their local community.
Right.
So I'm not really super excited about
I
this,
know,
this
it
news.
kinda
It kind of
stinks.
sucks. And if you are a comic book collector, how well is Walmart going to take care of these books?
They're not.
You're going to have some Walmart employee who's just going to cut open the boxes, slap them on the wall. Kids are going to be taking them down and tearing them up and getting them grubby. The collectible value of these books aren't going to be as high. They're not going to have
Right.
as good of a grading as something that was sent to a local comic book
Sure.
shop and treated with kid gloves.
Right.
So anyway, it's pretty massive news. Look it up. There's more
good.
information. It's going to start rolling out really soon, I think, in July. So like this month, you're going to
That's
start seeing
crazy.
DC comic books in your local Walmart.
And this is all happening under Jim Lee's watch, right? I mean, this is all like
Yeah, I think
Jim Lee's signing
um,
papers for this.
yeah, I think it's more of a Time Warner decision.
Oh, okay.
Warner
Gotcha.
Brothers, who owns DC, is
Gotcha.
made a deal. I
That
don't
makes
think
sense.
the creative team over at I don't think Jim Lee or any of those
Okay.
people really probably had a big hand in it. I think it's more of a corporate decision, and it feels like a corporate decision.
Makes sense.
Another really big story in the DC world of news. You guys know that DC is going to be rolling out their very own streaming service.
Right.
Coming out really soon. Well, just this week, they announced a beta soft rollout that you can go to the DC streaming website and you can sign up to be part of the beta
That's so
rollout.
cool.
Just go over there, you send them your email address, fill out your information, and they will, if they choose you, not everybody who signs up actually gets to be part of the beta
Right.
rollout, but if they choose you, you get to take part. You get to be the first people who get to see these shows that are going to be launching in the DC streaming
For
universe.
free.
Hopefully for free. They haven't said that. I would
Oh.
imagine it was for free because it
Can't
is
make you pay for a beta
for a
version.
test version. I think it might be
It's gotta be free.
for free, at least for a limited time.
I would
The
think
shows
so.
they're going to be rolling out in the beta launch is the new Teen Titans show.
Sweet.
We saw the first look at Robin this week. Look at this image of Robin.
Looking pretty badass.
Looking totally dope, man. I'm loving this picture of Robin in his full Robin armor, looking all gritty and badass. You're also going to get the first look at the Doom Patrol show
Cool.
that's coming out, the Harley Quinn animated series, and the Swamp Thing live action show.
What? Swamp
Yeah.
Thing live action?
Yeah, so
awesome.
you're going to get four shows. You'll be the first people who can see these 4 programs. So go over to the DC streaming service website, click on, the beta, enter
Link.
to be part
Yeah.
of the beta thing, and just send them your email. It's
Simple as that.
Why not sign up for it? You'll be the first people to see all these shows.
That's so cool.
But you mentioned Jim Lee earlier.
Yeah.
Jim Lee is part of this DC streaming service. He put out a press release today. Jim Lee was the creative officer of DC for the longest time. Now he's the recently appointed president of DC Entertainment.
So cool.
Now that Jeff Johns has kind of stepped away, Jim Lee said this isn't just going to be a streaming service. As part of your streaming service membership, you also get access to the digital comic book
What?
program that DC has.
So it's
similar
an
to the Marvel.
all-in-one package?
You get the
You just-
DC streaming service, and you also get access to read comic books with their digital comic book service, like
That's
Marvel
cool.
Unlimited, like Comixology that Amazon runs. You get a lot. You get all this for like your
That's
$9.99 a
insane.
month, which is badass. I
Yeah.
love that Jim Lee had this idea to wrap it all up, so you can have it's all app based. So you can be watching the shows via your app, via
Yeah.
your Apple TV, your Firebox, whatever. But then you can go over to your tablet
And start
and read
reading
comic
comics.
books and read these comic books digitally, all as part of your subscription service.
That is an ingenious idea because maybe there's not a lot of audiences out there yet for a DC streaming service, but
Right.
there are for the digital comics, I think.
And maybe you don't
So
know a
it's
lot
like-
about Teen Titans.
Right,
Maybe you don't know a lot
yeah.
about Swamp Thing. You can hop right over and start reading some of these classic Swamp Thing stories.
That's
It's
so
classic
cool.
Teen Titans stories.
Come on, Marvel. Get a
Ugh.
clue.
I love that. That's the
a great
coolest
idea.
part of this whole system.
I know.
So go over to the website, click, be a part of the beta testing
Yeah.
rollout. Keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully you get selected. This week,
Yeah?
we finally heard our first Twitter responses to the new Antman and the Wasp
Sweet.
movie. Antman and the Wasp comes out next week,
Yep.
July, right around what?
July 6th.
July 6th.
Yep.
We got our tickets. Hopefully you guys have your tickets too. The reviews are crazy positive. I'm going to read just some of the ones from Twitter. Drew Taylor wrote, Ant-Man and the Wasp was a total blast, romantic, energetic, and a lot of fun. Peyton Reed left unchained and left to his own devices is glorious and totally bonkers and brilliant.
Sweet.
Great review. Chris Hayner wrote, I have emerged from Ant-Man and the Wasp and bring good news. This movie is a total blast. Like it more than the original, which I
Wow.
dug. It remains self-contained in this crazy MCU of it all, which is a good thing. Doesn't ignore the connections to the world. Perry Nemiroff of Collider.com wrote, what a year for Marvel. Absolutely loved Ant-Man and the Wasp. Stellar ensemble, and the humor is spot on. Laughed myself to tears during one sequence. The tech is used to great effect yet again. Unique, highly entertaining ride. I can't wait to go see it again.
Man.
A couple more reviews that came in, all positive. James Gunn
Sweet.
went and saw Ant-Man and the Wasp. James Gunn wrote, Ant-Man and the Wasp is everything you want it to be. It's hilarious, sweet, moving, and wall-to-wall fun. Killer work, Mr. Peyton Reed.
Sweet.
Finally, the good people over the Real Talk. There's a lot of these reviews.
This is
I want to
awesome.
read them all because it's just exciting how much positive buzz this
Yeah,
is getting.
this is great.
The guys over at the Real Talk wrote, Ant-Man and the Wasp was a fantastic sequel. So much fun, so entertaining from start to finish. The Wasp is awesome, and Evangeline Lilly is great. Overall, can't wait to see it again.
This is so exciting.
I'm getting really, really excited
too.
about
I just
Ant-Man and the
got
Wasp.
goosebumps. I
You
get
always get the
goosebumps a lot.
goosebumps, man. So, Shauna, your excitement level for Ant-Man and the Wasp up until now? High?
Up until
Medium?
now, I would say it was probably out of 1 through 10. I probably would have said it was a 7, just because I love Paul Rudd, and the first Ant-Man was a pleasant surprise, and so I want to see Ant-Man and the Wasp. But after hearing these reviews, I'm gonna say it's like a 9.
It is. Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm
This is
stoked with
great.
it. I like how everybody's saying they're really putting emphasis on the fact that it's a standalone.
Mhm.
It's not a tie-in to the events of Avengers
Yep,
Infinity
yep,
War.
love it.
It lets everybody just kind of have take a breath
Yeah.
from the calamitous events of Infinity War. It's just going to be a nice, fun,
Yeah.
chill movie. But they do say that it doesn't ignore the world.
That which
It goes
yeah,
on the
that's
MC
interesting.
and Infinity War and stuff. The movie takes place, if you didn't already know, just before the events
Mhm.
of Infinity War. So it takes place after Civil War, before Infinity War.
Yes.
And it sounds like everybody's loving it.
I
man.
know, and there's
Everybody's-
somebody mentioned about the ensemble cast, so that's great. I mean, it is a great
Michelle
cast.
Pfeiffer is in it.
So
Michael
cool,
Douglas.
of course. Paul
Michael
Rudd.
Douglas, Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly.
Yeah.
All the returning people from,
Yep.
from the original movie. The trailers have been good,
Yep.
not amazing.
Agreed.
I wasn't blown away by that second trailer that shows him kind of pushing the
Yeah,
flatbed truck.
right.
Something about that trailer just didn't really stick with me, but I'm very excited about Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I know.
Let us know what you guys think in the comment section. Last but not least, before we get to our comic book review, by the way, I forgot
Woohoo,
to
Harrow
mention,
County.
this week's comic book review is Harrow County, the final issue, issue 32. Cullen Bunn and
So
Tyler Crook
sad.
wrapped up their award-winning, amazing run of Harrow
I
County. We're going to get into that in
know.
just a second, but before we do, we got to talk about Jared Leto.
Jared Leto.
You know him from the Suicide Squad movies.
Yes.
Movie. His portrayal as the Joker was
Questionable.
mixed, very questionable. Well, they just announced this week that he is going to be joining the Marvel Universe. He is going to be Morbius the Living Vampire.
It's so interesting.
Crazy interesting. If you don't know who Morbius is,
Yeah.
Dr. Michael Morbius
Okay.
was a award-winning pathologist, doctor, if you don't know what a pathologist is, who gets a rare blood disorder, like a blood cancer kind of thing, and he tries to cure his blood disorder, tries to save his own life because he's a genius doctor.
Right.
Well, in doing so, he managed to turn himself into a vampire.
Dope.
He gave, right? Dope. So he's now a vampire. Well, he takes the classic traits of vampirism. He has to sustain himself on human blood. He has an aversion to sunlight.
Okay.
All that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Grows fangs. Skin goes pale white. Gets a lovely head of hair. So yeah, he's a really, really awesome character. He's part of the Spider-Man universe.
Uh-huh.
Started out as a villain, but then slowly throughout his time in the Marvel Universe, became sort of an anti-Venom,
Okay.
anti-hero.
Like Venom.
Not unlike Venom.
Right.
So he was went from villain to anti-villain.
And so this is 100% confirmed, right? Like this is
Jared
happening?
Leto has 100% confirmed that he is moving forward with the project.
So does that mean he's jumping ship at DC? Because I thought that they had a Suicide Squad spinoff of the Joker
Not only
coming out, right?
are they doing the Suicide Squad spinoff Joker movie,
Right.
they're also doing Suicide Squad 2, which you would think
Interesting.
Jared Leto would be in the sequel to Suicide
Right.
Squad. Yeah, it's very interesting. Like, why would Jared Leto? Let us know what you think in the comment section.
Yeah.
Why would Jared Leto jump ship from DC to Marvel? Shauna, thoughts?
One thought is the Martin Scorsese produced Joaquin Phoenix Joker that they've also announced that they're doing at DC.
That's the
If I were Jared Leto, I'd be like, dude, you're just gonna get some other guy to play the Joker, and what about me? I mean, I thought I was the Joker. How can you have two Joker movies coming out relatively close to each other?
I think you
and
can do
different
two
characters?
Joker movies, but exactly what you just said. If I'm Jared Leto,
I'd be ticked.
I'm feeling a little bit butthurt in
Yeah.
the fact that,
But
you know, hey, like, am I going to be the Joker or aren't I going to be the Joker? Now, you can't have two Joker movies existing at the same time, I think, but
I don't know. It's kind
if
of
you're
weird. to
Jared
me.
Leto, man, it's like, here, Joaquin Phoenix gets the Martin Scorsese produced,
Yeah.
what's going to be an amazing Joker movie. and
Right.
he gets the scraps. He
Yeah.
gets the Suicide Squad. He gets the random standalone. So if I'm him, I'm thinking, yeah, you know what?
Screw you guys.
I wasn't really
I'm out.
pleased with the way you treated my Joker character in Suicide Squad, so I'm going to head over to Marvel. I'm going to play a vampire, and I think it's a great casting decision. I
Yeah.
could see Jared Leto
I could
playing
too.
a vampire. I go back to Interview with a Vampire with Tom Cruise
Right?
and Brad Pitt
Yeah.
playing these really awesome-looking vampire
That's
characters.
a good point.
And it's
Jared Leto
it's
fits
an
right in that
origin
group.
piece. He
Yeah.
didn't get to do the origins of Joker in Suicide Squad. This, he gets
Very
to start
true.
from scratch. He gets to make this character his own. You get to see the origins of Morbius.
So
You get
this
to
is just a
see-
standalone movie? Morbius movie?
Right now it is, just not unlike the Venom
Okay,
movie that's
cool.
coming out. But I could see the wheels turning over at Sony.
Interesting.
Building this new Spider-Verse.
Yeah, why not?
And I like the way they're doing it. They're doing it with the villains first.
Sure.
They're doing it with the bad guys.
It's because they
They're
can't
building-
with Spider-Man yet. They
That's
still-
true.
still don't have him back yet.
But-
Marvel's doing that for them.
You got Marvel building the great Spider-Man character for
Uh-huh.
you.
Yep.
Meanwhile, you're making this really neat, kind of horror-esque villain verse, and that's awesome. Then do a couple more of
idea.
these. Do that.
Yeah.
Do Mysterio. Do
Yeah.
Doc Ock. Make these standalone villain
Pretty
movies.
cool.
Then make a Sinister Six, and that's when you introduce Spider-Man back into the universe.
All right, this is sounding cooler
It
and
sounded
cooler.
pretty
every-
cool. I'm pretty excited about it.
Good job, Jared Leto, for jumping ship. I hope you jump ship. I hope you say screw
I hope so
you,
too.
DC.
I would love to see Jared Leto as Morbius because he's a very interesting character that never got a lot of love in the comic books, I think. So that's kind of your movie and nerd news for the week.
Ta-da!
Again, guys, we're going to get into this comic book right now, but
Comic book.
if you're still watching, please click that subscribe button. Join the Chuck Loto Comics family. We talk about all this fun stuff, plus comic books every single Sunday.
That's right.
Today's comic book
Ah,
is Harrow County, a book that we have talked about so many times
I
on
know.
Chuck Loto Comics. We're huge Cullen Bunn fans. We're massive Tyler Crook fans. We got to interview Tyler Crook at C2E2.
And
Super nice guy.
Cullen Bunn the
We've
year
interviewed
before.
Cullen Bunn in the past. These guys are great, great guys. And their book, Harrow County, came out a couple years ago. It's wrapping up right now with issue 32.
so sad.
If you haven't gotten on the Harrow County bandwagon, you really need to. It's one of the
Yeah.
best kind of pseudo-horror books out there. The art by Tyler Crook is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
absolutely
it's
amazing.
unlike anything else that's out there, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So.
Basically, what the story is up until now is it's the story of a very small town, rural America, set in what feels like the 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
The small little farm town. They never really say when the date is.
Right.
But it's this small little farm community that's surrounded by these deep, dark forests. Obviously, the town's called Harrow County, and living in the forest is some, evil stuff. There's a lot of evil,
Which are referred to as haints.
evil haints and ghostly things living in
Yeah.
the forest. There is a witch. It all kind of surrounds this one girl living with her father on a farm, and a witch who was hung on the tree on their property.
Yep.
Oh, so many years ago. The story takes a lot of twists and turns throughout the 32 issues.
It's so good.
This one finally wraps it up with the final fight between the witch named Hester Beck and our lead character, Emmy. They finally get the final knockdown, drag out witch fight that has been inevitable. It's been coming for a really long
Yeah.
time. And it's a fantastic book. It is.
So
It's this issue alone is just so dark.
Yeah.
So crazy. It has a wonderful ending. This is such a sweet, fine ending. I'm not going to spoil all the goodies for it. But Harrow County, if you haven't gotten on the Harrow County bandwagon, you absolutely must. It's fantastic. So Cullen and Tyler, thanks for making such an amazing book. Thanks for talking to us over the years. We really, really appreciate it.
Can't wait for your next project.
Can't wait for your next project.
Because this one was amazing. So
Harrow County, pick it up.
R.I.P. Harrow County.
Sadly.
We'll miss you.
Sadly. So that's kind of our show, guys. Welcome to our hotel suite here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We really appreciate you guys sticking around and watching. We're going to go out, drink some PBRs, eat some cheese.
Curds.
And do whatever else they do in Milwaukee. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be here next Sunday for more comic books and movie talk. Until next week, have a wonderful, wonderful time.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching.